In this video, I want to walk you through the product detail page and what you can do. So here I am on a hook that I've uploaded to the platform. And down below, I can see the results of my optimization. So the file size was reduced by 92.5%. And then on the right-hand side, I see this panel with a bunch of different options. So the first thing we're going to see is the 3D viewer settings. And this is getting updated pretty regularly, but most of it's pretty self-explanatory. So initial camera position, you can just set it so that the camera will load at this position every time. So the way that the viewer works is you're actually rotating a camera around the 3D object, not the 3D object itself. To put it back to where it was, you just click reset to default and it'll do that. You can also disable zoom if you don't want people to be able to disable zoom on your asset. And you can even add automatic rotation and choose the speed at which the asset rotates. So it's kind of like an automatic turntable in that way. You can adjust all sorts of different lighting settings. We offer a ton of different environment maps, and we are going to be adding the ability to add custom environment maps soon. And then I've got a few other options here. So I can choose different backgrounds, transparent, and it'll basically be as if you loaded a PNG on the screen, a dark background, the black background, etc. Again, expect more options there soon. I also have the ability to change the shading of the model. So this is a metallic asset, so I'm going to actually leave it as metallic. But for most assets, you're probably going to want to use diffuse if it's more of an organic material. I can change the light intensity, and this light intensity is the physical lights. We have physical lights that are set up in the scene to light the asset versus the environment map intensity. So you can kind of see the difference here. Now I've got the lights shining on this hook a little bit. It's pretty small, so they don't affect it a ton. But if I move these to 0 and environment, then all of a sudden it gets black. If I bring up the environment map, that will increase the brightness from the environment. And so you can kind of see a better illustration actually if I do something like that. You can also change the color of the lights if you want to do that. So if I change the colors to red and I do that, you can see this. You can see how the red light will affect the asset. You can add shadows if you want to add shadows. There's a bunch of different settings for that. The ability to reorient the model. So let's turn this off. And I'm actually going to reload this page quickly. Okay. And so let's say that my model was oriented the wrong way. What I can do is actually adjust this. And it will reorient the model and it will write it into the optimized version of this. So if you download this model afterwards, the optimized version, it will be oriented in this way as opposed to this way, which is how it was originally. Down below are some post-processing effects like sharpen, which will just increase the kind of the sharpness of the asset of the lines, and then things like bloom strength. These are more applicable. Bloom is more applicable to like jewelry, if you're using jewelry. And then finally, we offer a couple of different tone maps to try and get the colors more correct. Again, a lot of new updates coming to our viewers soon. And then be sure to change or click save at the end of it so that those settings don't go away. Next, and this is a super important section, is how to share your asset. So if you want to share on the product detail page, you can just click copy the public link. I know it's live already. I paste it. And then boom, I now have a live shareable link. Someone can click view in AR and scan the QR code, or if you're on a mobile device and you click that button, it will automatically take you into AR. Embed code, we offer an iframe that can be embedded on virtually any website, and you can actually just make the changes here if you wanted to, so that it will update the iframe for you and you don't have to go look for that code yourself. You can hide the full screen button. Don't allow people to go into augmented reality if you don't want to, and also add domain sources for tracking. So if I wanted to, in the analytics dashboard, be able to track everything that was on VNTANA.com, I'd want to make sure that that ended up right there. Here you can also, again, invite users to edit or view a single asset. If I want to download these assets, I'm going to come to download. I can download the thumbnails, the original, the optimized GLBs, optimized USDZs, or the optimized FBX files. For annotations, you can leave feedback on the model. And that's done simply by clicking on the model. If you use the @ symbol, you can tag users, and you could say something like, looks great. Save that, and the user will be notified that they have been tagged on that asset. If you re-upload it, you can actually resolve the annotation as well. Next, I have my asset information. So that just gives you all the optimization settings that were used, any tags, attributes, when was it last updated, information like that. We also offer debug tools. So if you want to be able to change that to black or red, this will allow you to see how we've optimized the asset. So what do the polygons look like here now? And you can also view individual channels. So let's say I wanted to see my roughness map or my metallic map. I can do that, and I can see how that map is set up in this asset. We also give you the ability to add hotspots. So hotspots are like annotations, but they are publicly facing. So I can add text that will appear over the asset, or I can add images as well as video. So you could add a Vimeo link or a YouTube link right here, and it will actually appear over the asset. Attachments. Attachments might be something that is like very specific to this asset that you want to keep alongside it. So to do that, you're just going to click add, and you'll upload whatever asset that might be. And that'll always be linked to this asset on platform. You can also view your analytics from here for this particular asset, along with the date range. And then finally, you can leave comments, which are just more general feedback on the asset where you may not want to tag exactly where you want someone to make a change. So they just appear on the side like this, as opposed to annotations, which appear directly over that part of the 3D asset. So this is the product details page.